Hey guys, I'm about to be at work right now. I think Bobby just uploaded another video with something being vegan. So I wanted to quickly come on here real quick and talk about all the stuff that's been going on lately. What's up with the vegan community? Everybody, all these big YouTubers and stuff like that are starting to drop out like flies. I mean, there are some people that don't have room to do that. If Mick the Vegan or Happy Healthy Vegan or one of these other YouTubers that have based their whole entire channel and they have hundreds of thousands of people following them, they probably couldn't come clean even if they did want to admit that they weren't vegan anymore. It would be very difficult for them to. But if you look every week, it's several. It's not just one. It's several YouTubers that are just coming clean, saying, "Look, for the last few months, I've been eating fish and eggs and meat, and I've been trying to experiment, and I've been trying to see, if it's true, is my health going to get better? And I just want to come clean and let you know that it is. My health is getting better. I'm sleeping better. I have more energy. My skin's clearing up." And it's just simply eating a whole foods based diet. It's not plant based, it's not meat based, it's just adding things in that you're missing to fix deficiencies and things of this nature. Do I completely believe that a carnivorous diet is the ultimate ends all be all? No, I don't. I don't believe that. Even though I am predominantly a carnivore, I'm not completely carnivore. I do have things sometimes that I should not have on a carnivorous diet. It is what it is. It's my life. I'm an adult. I make that choice. But what I can tell you is the movement is falling on its face more and more every week. More and more YouTubers are coming forward saying, "Look, I just can't. I can't do this anymore. My health is falling apart. I feel like I'm just not. I'm not complete. Something's wrong with me, and I have to fix this by possibly fixing the deficiencies that are going on with me." And they do. They add fish in. They add eggs in. They add a little bit of meat, not excessively, not obnoxiously to say I'm raw all of a sudden. I'm this 100% perfect carnivore. It doesn't happen overnight. They're coming forward and saying, "Look, I've been trying to add things back in and it has been substantially making me feel better, so I'm not a vegan anymore." Learning how to come clean with your situation and not feel bad for it, not apologize for it. Learning that that your life, no matter what the situation would be, and no matter what any other vegan or big channel or something has to say about you, should be number one. That's it. That's the simplicity of it. If you're not worried about your life and being number one, then what are you worried for? I'm not living for a cow. I'm not going to live for a sheep. I'm not living for a chicken. I'm living for me. And if that consists of me eating some chicken sometimes or some fish sometimes, even if I'm predominantly plant-based, that's what I'm going to do. They don't make enough supplementation out there to ever equal the amount that food can do for you. So, you're going to hear Michelle Lowe and Happy Healthy Vegan and Richard Gaines and everybody else talk about how the carnivore community is saying that all these people aren't leaving veganism, but you can't deny the facts. People are coming forward live and saying that they're just not vegan anymore. They're done with it, and it's not a trend. They're just starting to see the fact that there are certain people that have lived a long life before that have been vegan, and they've been in a deficiency-wise successful at it. The people that have been doing it long terms, that are not athletes, that are just normal people, look like trash. I mean, they just look terrible. The people that are athletes that have to eat in a surplus of calories, you have to watch Bobby's perspective. I think the girl's name is Elisa or something like that. She came forward now and she says that he just created a video on it talking about she's not vegan anymore. And it's just more and more and more and more people are coming forward, and it's only a matter of time before it's just not even talked about anymore. I mean, vegans like to claim that it's like something like 3.5% of the population is vegan, when that's not clearly true at all. It's more like probably less than 1% or somewhere around 1%. There's not a huge vegan demand, and people get, they'll bring up the fact that, what do you see all the vegan food in the store? Well, I mean, if it's in front of your face, they might try to entice you to buy it, right? And with the more social media, political stuff that's getting drawn into everything, which it should not be drawn into everything, I think they're hoping that people, with it being close to the new year and they're seeing all the vegan food in front of them, that they'll make that choice, because it's still fairly early in the year. So there's a reason why they put a lot of vegan food on the shelves at the beginning of the year, and then more towards the middle it's gone again, and there's not really that much there. Vegan people want you to believe that this is something that all of a sudden is a oh, well, look, obviously it's right in front of your face. Isn't it? If they're going to put it on the shelf, then that means that there's more veganism going on. No, that's not what it means. It's still early in the year. People are still trying to figure out what types of diets and stuff they want to be on. They're creating different products and stuff like that and putting it on the shelf so they can entice people to try veganism. It has nothing to do with there being more vegan people now than ever, because that's not the case. If anything, people are starting to see more and more that veganism is not the answer. Being vegan is not the answer to overall health. I mean, I even look what happens in public now. Even if it's negative, everybody and their mother is talking about keto now. They're not talking about veganism. They don't even bring up veganism. Whenever you ask about a healthy diet and the ultimate diet, they don't bring up vegan. It's not even it's not on their mind at all. So it's kind of funny how they always talk about moderation, and in that moderation there's a lot of carbs, sugar, fats, and proteins in there. It has nothing to do with being vegan. Nobody ever brings that up about being vegan, unless it's some millennial that's trying to create some kind of statement or go against the grain because he's trying to fit in and start some kind of movement in the world and save the animals and everything else. That's not necessarily the case. There are plenty of vegans that have been doing it for 30 years, 20 years, and stuff like that, but they look like crap. I mean, literally, they look like shit. And it's funny. It's funny now that so many people are starting to open their eyes to everything, and they're starting to see that it's just not healthy. It's not sustainable long term. And a lot of the bigger faces of veganism, channels with decent amount of followers, I'm glad they've come forward and they've been honest about everything. I'm glad they've come forward and said, look, here are more people that have been talking to me. Here are more people that are going vegan, or that are leaving veganism. Here are more people that are not getting the results and stuff, and they don't want to look like these other vegans out here that have been doing it for 20 years, 15 years, 10 years, 5 years. I mean, they look like death. And the only people, and vegan wise, that long term doesn't look bad, I think, are the females. For the most part, there are a few females I've seen that I've had to question whether or not their body's even proportionate or anything like that, or they just look very sickly. But in the grand scheme of things, when I look at it, it's really the men. The men are the one that I see that they just look like they're all dried up. They have no muscle mass to them. They have vegan bodybuilders, but the vegan bodybuilders are on juice. They take steroids. They're not natural. I mean, they even admit they're not natural. So it's not anything that I would brag about because you take steroids and you're a vegan. To me, that necessarily doesn't send a great message. Being vegan and trying to claim that you're a vegan bodybuilder, but yet you have to take steroids and stuff to do it in the process. Take tons of supplement powders and stuff, and you can't do it naturally through food because you just can't get enough through food to do it. Anyway, just wanted to give you guys a little chat. Pulling up to work right now. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of this car and go get this job started today. But that's my talk.